Hey everybody, welcome to From Under the Influence. I'm Marijuana Man. It's Wednesday. We're here high atop the Cannabis Culture headquarters in Vancouver. We're glad you could make it out today.
I think we're high in the middle of the headquarters.
Al's saying stuff.
Yeah, we're high in the middle.
Yeah, not as high as we can get. Al the Alchemist over there to the north of me. And Queen in between. Kush Queen's here too. So, yeah, we're glad you could all make it in for the show. We've got yet another camera, if you can believe that. There's one.
Hello
Jeremiah there. And the ghost of Marius.
The ghost of Marius.
I think Mel Hempseed should sit there.
Yeah, Mel, grab a chair.
No, just move your high chair over. That'd be good.
You can sit on the high chair.
You could lord over Jeremiah.
iPod TV. What's going on? Just going to check the sound myself here and make sure it's all good.
I don't hear Al's mic on the...
Sounds good.
What?
I don't hear your mic on the
My mic.
sound system. Oh,
I have a voice.
there, it's better
Jack
now.
yours up a bit. You're on the...
There we
Yeah.
go.
There's
My
a...
mic works too.
That's a much better looking shot, isn't it?
That's
that's
a much
even
better looking
way
shot.
better now.
Right there. That's perfection right there.
Yeah, we
For
should
Jared's
just
camera.
move that
It's the
camera.
nicest Jared's camera's ever looked, I think.
It is, yeah. Let's cut away from it
Oh wait,
before
it's getting
it gets
a little. Yeah, there we go.
That's right.
just in time.
Yeah, get that back over quick. Don't want to damage anything.
Yeah. Let's see what's
I went
going
to
on
school with
here.
him just in time.
Yeah. He was always late.
Yeah, Justin and Steven, the Time Brothers.
I don't remember going to school. That's how good life gets. Yeah. We're here again. Jody and Marc's wedding anniversary today.
Woo!
So we're reminiscing of the parties we had on that day. As much as can be remembered or told again. We had a big party the night before at my house out in Deep Cove. Had a really nice house with a pool and big gardens and stuff like that. And so much vomiting. Okay? Which is quite traditional for most weddings, I think. But,
So much vomiting.
yeah, more vomiting than I've ever seen. And when you'd say,
Were
"Oh,
you
dude,
guys
what's the
serving
matter?"
ayahuasca?
No.
No?
When I'd say, "What? Oh, dude, what's the matter?" And he'd go, 3 brownies. That's what they all said. It wasn't 2, it wasn't 4. It was always 3 brownies. Yeah, Dory made hot, fresh brownies and passed them out. And they were little tiny squares of very delicious, hot, fresh brownies. So you naturally wanted to eat 3, so shouldn't have. I didn't, but I snorted something.
I snorted something.
At the end of snorting
It looked like a brownie at the end of the night.
yeah. After snorting that line, somebody said, "Oh no, I think that was way too much," and it was.
Want to hear?
Yeah, it was.
And it was.
So yeah, fun memories. We were hoping that Marc might be getting out today, but no such luck.
Not quite yet.
He's down in Louisiana. They got him down in the fucking cotton fields.
Yep.
That's where he is, right in the middle of one, actually. I went and had a look today. He's in a place called Waterproof, Louisiana. Waterproof, it's called.
Out.
Turns out it wasn't. Never was.
It's flooded
It's
several
false
times.
advertisement.
Yeah. Back, it has moved it's been moved 3 times since its inception because it wasn't waterproof.
They're like, just down over there is waterproof.
If you take a look at that part of Louisiana, there's no high ground.
Huh. Why didn't they just change the name to water resistant?
I told you we went
Too
over
late
that
now.
last week on the Jar Pod.
Yeah.
Now,
They were
would've-
scared the army was going to come in.
turns out
They were resistant of water.
back in the 1830s, one of the most popular spots for the covered wagons heading west to cross the Mississippi was just north of the present-day Natchez. And as many as 50 wagons a day would cross, carrying settlers bound for Texas. Many of them tired of the journey and simply stopped on the Louisiana side, and that's where they lived.
I'm just too fucking tired
Yeah,
to
too
go on.
tired once they crossed the Mississippi. Now, often this area was underwater, and on one such occasion, one of the early settlers stood high and dry on a small strip of land waiting for the steamboat to make its usual landing. The steamboat captain cried out. He says, "Well, Abner, I see you're waterproof." And that's how that got its name.
So it's
Oh,
really
sorry.
only that little strip of land.
Yeah,
It's like 10 feet wide and 40 feet long.
that's how easy it is to name a town. It's a good thing he didn't say, "Well, Abner, you got a stain on your pants."
There's a lot of things he could have
There's a
said.
lot of things he could have said, right?
Yeah.
And
No.
you at home can
Stained
make up
Pants,
your
Louisiana.
own. Giggle to yourself and your friends.
Now, the present-day waterproof is 2.5 miles from its original location, having moved 3 times to escape the floodwaters. This led to a construction of a huge levee, which surrounds the town. They got a levee goes around the whole place.
That's why it's waterproof in quotation marks.
Now, this place had a population of 834 as of the 2000 census. However, the population has declined by 200 since
Nobody
then.
wants to live there
No, it's
because it's not really waterproof.
I'm confused.
waterproof is best known for poverty now.
I'm very confused.
Al's very confused.
2,000 census is like $20, isn't it?
So they
It
have poverty. There's not.
Well, that's why so much poverty.
They should probably change the name to employment proof.
Well, I don't understand
Yeah.
what 834 comes
Job proof Louisiana. Now, it's a town dependent on farming. Cotton is the most common crop, but corn and soybeans are also important. In 2008, drought destroyed much of the corn crop. That's one of the biggest things that's happened in waterproof is that 6 years ago,
from. Yeah, well, that's what happens
Drought.
when your town's waterproof. Chances are you're going
you're
to
going to have
experience
drought.
Because nothing's going to get wet.
Right? What's that wet spot on your pants would have been better for the corn probably in the long run.
Well, yeah, because that would imply that the pants would never get fully wet
That's right.
and only be partially wet, which is perfect conditions.
You'd
For
always
pants,
have
for people, for
moisture.
plants.
So, Marc is stuck in a place called the Tensas Parish Detention Center. You know, out there on Highway 65.
Out there in waterproof, it's known as the Texas Hold'em.
Yeah, the Texas Hold'em. It's actually known as employment.
Employment, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where do
no
you
doubt.
work? When you go to the waterproof and you say to somebody, "Where do you work?" They all laugh at you. You go, "Wow, detention center. Come on,
It's the only place to work.
duh."
It's actually the school and the saloon are attached to it.
So if you're out this summer in the south, just southwest of Jackson, just down by Vicksburg, this is right in the middle of Civil War country too, eh? Cotton fields and Civil War, and detention centers, well known. But Marc managed to change his religion to he's now Jewish.
Oh, is he really?
Yes.
Nice.
So Rabbi Marc is getting much better food now.
The rabbi of reefer.
The rabbi
The
of Reefer.
Rabbi of Reefer. That's funny. And we'll have to call him that. But yeah, I
He'll
guess
be
if
repping
you're
Star of David Kush when he gets out.
if Yeah. But you get much better food. Vegetarian diet. Well, I don't know about that, but what he was getting before was grits and chocolate cake for breakfast.
Now they just have a rabbi bless the grits and chocolate cake.
Yeah.
It's kosher now. Fuck
Kosher
off.
grits and chocolate cake. So, yeah, he's doing pretty good. Excited to get out. It's a rough time for him because now it's just fucking any day, and any day you don't is another delay, right? It's the anxious time is now where you're going, come on, fucking do my paperwork. They keep asking for more paperwork, and we don't know what's going on, and they're very inept. That's the problem with these people is you send them paperwork and they lose it. They lose everything. One time I was in jail here in Vancouver, the Main Street place. They take away fucking your glasses, for Christ's sakes, and you had to give your mother's maiden name to identify your stuff. And it was upon release, so I do all this, and they go, well, your stuff's not here. I'm going, well, what do you mean it's not here? Well, it went across the street with another prisoner. I said, like, he knew my mother's fucking maiden name to get my stuff. You fucking idiots. And that's what they are. But, so we're hoping against hope that they don't screw up too much or for too long, but he seems to think several weeks is what he's banking on, so we do hope it's a lot quicker than that. And
I've got a really good friend that upon his release, he got his clothes back, and he put his pants on and everything, and he left and put his hand inside his pockets and realized he had 2 grams of weed.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a nice surprise. That happened to me once.
Still there waiting when he got out.
Yeah.
Just open up the tin foil.
Yeah, I got busted one time. Had an ounce of weed that I'd just bought. I'd rolled 2 joints out of it and was smoking one of them in the alley when the cop grabbed me from behind and took my ounce of weed and, of course, arrested me, searched me, the whole schmear, right? And the other joint never turned up. And actually, upon leaving the police station that night, I put my hand in the pocket, and there's the joint.
Oh, fuck, I needed
Yeah, it was pretty good magic.
The first time the cops busted me, they signed me out on my own recognizance, blah, blah, blah. So on my way out of the station, he's like, oh, we did you a solid. I'm like, what do you mean? Oh, we left some roaches and a couple of buds for you. Like, yeah, thanks, you fuckwads.
Yeah.
Yeah, real solid.
Yes, but happy days ahead. Marc will be out, and we'll be doing all sorts of fun things again.
Oh, yeah.
So, stay tuned. You guys will be the second people to know.
Dance and be excited about that.
Now, what else is going on in the world? Anybody know?
It's raining.
Yeah, it's a damp day here in Vancouver, so we're trying to stay high and dry inside.
Other than that, I'm not sure what's happening in the world.
We've been very successful. Nothing's happened in the world, apparently. Like, everything's cool, is what they said on the news.
It's all cool, man.
Yeah, everything's cool
Thanks
today.
for tuning in
and,
today.
Thanks. We'll see you
It's
tomorrow.
all cool.
Yeah.
This is Dan Rather
Yeah.
reporting.
Now.
Dan rather not be there.
Yeah, I'd rather not listen to Dan. Is he still doing that? We have good marijuana in the
Some good,
house. A number of jars. We have actually got the bud camp. There. Look at that. Whoa. It's not really 3D.
There. It actually looks like I have more weed than I do.
Yeah.
I'm almost out of weed. So if
Let's see who's in the
you've
chat.
been very entertained by Marijuana Man and myself over these last few years, feel free to send us some weed.
Oh yeah, did we not mention like 300 shows ago?
Yeah, it's but
You guys could send us weed if you
want
want.
to do it every show. Just send us some pot.
Here, we'll cut the camera too quick. See, nobody's paying attention.
We'll
Looking
smoke it
at
on
either
air.
one of 'em.
Send it.
Send weed.
Send weed.
Huh?
Send weed.
420.
Happy 420.
Oh, it is 420. Happy 420. I guess it's time for a bong rip then.
Happy 420.
I celebrated 420 this morning.
Really, eh?
Yep.
I did too. I was sound asleep.
Good thing we get 2 a day.
Yeah, I could increase my joint intake. I needed to smoke more weed, so I'm getting up earlier.
Nice.
Well,
I don't know. I'm not smoking enough weed.
smoked a bunch of joints already this morning. Now, there was some dipshit here in Vancouver. I think he's a professional dipshit, not just a
There's a lot of them
regular
here.
dipshit.
And every other city in the world.
And he strapped a camera to himself and went out there to all the dispensaries in the city to buy weed and report it. And you go, wow. I read his article. He published the results. There was no point to it whatsoever. He had no reason why he did it or any conclusion that he came to at the end of it. Which was
Let's
Yeah,
just
very-
say I know someone who was one of the receptionists who actually physically signed up Mike Haggard at one of the dispensaries.
yeah,
That's funny.
like really.
Yeah, he tried to make basically the whole thing sound seedy or sound bad or something, when really it's
Somehow.
he was. If anybody was being a jerk, it's him for lying about his medical ailment to sneak around and yeah, he's saying, "Oh, I'm in pain." So what do you expect? Of course they're going to give you your license if you're in pain. That's the whole point.
That's the whole point. Now, he wasn't really against it.
No.
Like they made his video that I saw said medical marijuana fills a need in Vancouver is what that said.
Right. So that's fair.
So that was fairly positive.
Cindy, what's going
Yeah.
on, Sin?
But in the print version, I don't think it said that, did it?
In the print, it said medical marijuana easy to get, easy to buy.
Yeah, that's
Now
right.
I thought it should actually say medical marijuana easy to write about, easy to sell.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. Like, what a stupid thing for the Vancouver Sun to even publish. Who gives
Yeah.
a fuck?
I
Yeah,
like your
people are
headline.
going in there and buying weed. He never once said that this is a bad thing or suggested that you shouldn't be able to. Who the fuck cares? Like,
Yeah.
Really? You can walk into any place with a camera strapped to your head and go, yeah, I went to a bunch of corner stores today. You want to buy that article?
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna try that.
Crazy.
I went to 15 corner stores in Vancouver and bought a chocolate bar from each one.
Riveting entertainment.
Full on riveting.
Well, it's just unfortunate because I know there's a couple dispensaries that have lost their on-site natural paths since all of this has happened. So
Lost
there
their
are
what?
on-site naturopaths and doctors who
Yeah.
were like partnered up, so it makes it unfortunate.
Stoners are always losing things.
They'll find them.
I
They'll
heard that
find
too,
them.
that some of the
They'll show
doctors
up.
were a
You know
little
what? I bet you
spooked
they're
by the
next to their
coverage.
keys.
It's done in a way, I think, that it does put a chill on the doctors, though, because they're kind of afraid to continue doing this stuff
They
when...
took a risk to do this, and then
Yeah.
comes out this stupid article.
Yeah,
about
trying to-
how easy it is to get in.
Yeah.
It's retarded.
Yeah, no, that's no good.
Well,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to find natural paths.
Yeah, I suppose
leave
they'll
clues
probably
along
find
the
a new
way.
one. Not so easy to find a doctor, though.
No.
Like a full-fledged one.
That's good.
Yeah.
My father told me to stay away from them. They're
No
dangerous.
shit. They are dangerous. Mel, you
He
never
would
walk in
never
on
take
it.
me to the doctor.
Walk-in clinics have doctors.
Oh. You need a lighter, though.
My whole life, my father would never take me to the doctor. It didn't matter. You had to have some fucking thing hanging out of you and busted right off before you were going to the doctor. I learned early on, he'd say, "Oh, let me have a look at it." And you go, "Oh, fuck that."
It's like, get the tussin
I
in
was
there,
just
boy.
about to say put
Yeah.
some tussin on that
Just-
shit.
Tussin on there.
Bang it back into joint
Robitussin.
and keep moving. So I really was fairly healthy as a kid and probably as a result of not ever going to the doctor.
Yeah.
But still healthy today.
Well, there was an
Knock
article.
on plastic.
Nah, there you go. An article in the paper not too long ago said that in Canada, a lot of people, like some ridiculous percentage of people, actually get sick going to the hospitals. And and some of them get sick and they die. There's a percentage of people who have died from things they got from being at the hospital for some minor thing. And
Yeah, I've
Bigger
known
than you'd think.
I've known a lot of people go to the hospital and never see them again.
yeah. Well, and actually,
They
there
were
was
just
even
visiting.
an article that said that it would be cheaper and probably better for people if they got rid of hospitals completely and just did house calls. It would probably cost less money than having this giant building where everybody goes and where all these things
Then
have to
only
happen.
doctors would die.
Then the
Yeah.
doctors would use the ambulance.
Well, they would still have surgery, obviously, but it was the
The
people, the
doctor would
long-term
call
care
an
stuff.
ambulance. I gotta get to this patient's house.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly, the ambulance comes to your house.
Yeah, it's all very dangerous.
Yeah. I believe that was in the Vancouver Sun or in a local, maybe McLean's.
Yeah, when you tell your doctor that you're worried about such things, he'll just give you Celebrex
Yeah.
and then treat the side effects for the rest of your life.
Celebrex, I love that name.
Oh yeah, all the names. Humerix. Humerix.
I love when
If you had suicidal thoughts.
I went to school with Hugh Merrick.
Wonderful X.
Humerix.
They really should have to name it after what happens to you.
Hugh and
Fuck life.
Gilbert.
Anal leakage X.
Yeah. Ask your doctor if you want that. Think that's right for me, Doc? No, your anal leakage is good.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of the drug. Yeah, I'm not really sure why these commercials even are on television. If I was a drug, I guess they test them and they still work. But if you were a drug company, you'd think that putting on like a 5-minute advertisement about all the side effects, they have to read them all off.
If
Yeah.
you were a drug, what drug would you be, Jer?
What drug would I be?
Yeah.
Well, I don't. That's a pretty silly question, but does it mean my favorite
Want me to
drug?
cut
No,
away
just if you were a drug, what drug would you be?
What effect would I want to have on people?
I think
I
I
would
be
say
LSD. if
LSD.
I- yeah, me too.
Nah.
I think I'd be LSD. If
That's
was
the
a drug.
effect I'd like to have on people. Maybe Molly. I like the love drug.
Molly.
I like MDMA. And that's what the kids call it these days.
Yeah, and it's like the media reports like it's something
Some
new.
new drug or
This
something.
new
Yeah.
drug,
What's
Molly.
this Molly everybody's talking about?
Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't
Dude.
that ecstasy in
yeah,
the
It's
90s?
been around for a few years
and
now.
MDA before that.
Well, it was MDA, and then they figured out how to squeeze another M in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
They
see, but they've
doubled the
they've
M
gone through all
to
the
keep
letters
selling
too.
it.
Because at first it was called X, and then it was E, and then M.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Got any M?
It just addles your brain. People can't remember what it's
Zem.
called.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
I'm making Zem.
If I had to be a drug, yeah, I would say LSD, because LSD, you have the feeling of that love, but you also have that sort of up in the stars kind of thing, where it's not of this earth, it's not of this universe. It seems otherworldly. That's pretty cool.
Was that real?
Yeah. And it makes you think, you know? Makes you think.
It also makes you do this.
DMT, though. DMT doesn't last as long as LSD, but it's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried that before?
No, DMT is more of a.
It's a drug.
Yeah, it's a way in.
Yeah. It's dancing with the lizard people.
DMT's beyond. It's a way in.
There's a way in, but there's no way out.
Wow, that smoke ring you blew went right to the camera. That looked
That
really
was the
cool.
plan.
He can aim those things. I've
It
seen
like
him play
wrapped
darts
itself
with
right
smoke
around
rings.
the camera.
Yes.
Have you seen his
If I
entire
was a
smoke ring
drug-
performance? I love it. Like
He's
where,
in
where,
cer-
where you blast the smoke rings and then you start throwing darts through them and then into the bullseye of the board. He's great.
They should do a Cirque du Soleil inspired.
Cirque du Fume.
Yeah,
The Cirque du Fume.
they jump through the big rings.
Well, I actually went online to get some new smoke ring tricks, and turns out no one can do as many as me.
How many can you do in one puff?
I can blow 3 smoke rings at one time.
Do it.
3 at one time.
No. No, you don't get it just like that. Like
Okay, do 2 first then.
2?
Yeah.
Come on.
Split the ring, bro. Split the ring.
Split the ring. What?
Yeah. Doubles, double O's.
What in the hell? How can
Gotta
that
work
be
on
done?
3 a little bit, but
Double O's. Wow.
I can blow 2 at a time out of my nose.
know what he calls that
on a
trick?
Calm day.
Wow. So you know what is going on there? That is just mind-boggling. What's actually happening there?
It bottles the
ring,
mind.
It does. Yeah, how does it turn into 2 rings like that? It's
I
just
can't-
splitting in half.
I can't
It
tell
really
you
is
that.
literally splitting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you.
Can't you use 2 fingers and make it?
Yeah,
into
yeah.
3
That's how you
rings?
get the 3.
That's where you get the 3. I'll try it again.
Jeez. Oh, that's pretty good.
No,
Pretty close. Pretty close.
I need somebody else's
You
fingers.
need smaller fingers.
2 people, come on up here.
Yeah, one
I need
finger
2
each.
fingers.
I need each of your pinkies.
You could each hold up a pinky finger.
Yeah?
I learned to blow smoke rings before I smoked.
Okay, how'd this happen? I'm rolling a joint.
No shit.
No.
Cold Ontario winters,
own
you
now.
could see your breath, and we learned how to do it.
Me too. You know what? Share this here.
Stunt fingers, says Green Supreme in the chat.
Huh?
You need a stunt finger.
Don't even like to say that,
I get
but it would be good to have one.
Stunt finger.
Yeah, as you can tell, the monkeys are still on holiday. We have
The
no
monkeys are
script.
still on. Any more photos?
No, nothing.
Those
didn't
cheap
send us any
bastards.
They're
They're
Yeah.
drunk
Playing
by
in
a
the
pool
water.
somewhere. The
Yeah.
monkeys are hammered by a pool.
I phoned their cells, and the cells were answered by Russian separatists in the Ukraine. So I hung up right away.
No,
and
that was their
it.
plane?
Yeah. Apparently, they went out there to investigate that, bringing down that jet.
That's who brought the jet down, huh?
No. They're
Russian
just
separatists in the Ukraine brought down the jet.
So everybody
Well, they've
claims
been
it was somebody
threatening
else.
for a long time. We'll
Yeah.
bring the jet down on you. Please give us our country back.
I crane, you crane, we all crane
crane.
for that crane.
When they brought the jet down and they saw that it was full of monkey bodies, they were really, really
Like, oh no.
dissatisfied.
Please
Yeah.
put back in the sky. It's the wrong jet. It's the wrong jet.
Wrong jet.
So yeah, they'll be back. I don't know, probably after the problems in the Middle East settle down.
Yeah. Really soon then.
Yeah. Apparently, monkeys are having some trouble traveling on regular airlines these days.
Oh, well,
Too many liquids.
nobody wants to sit next to a monkey, I guess.
No. But here's a story out of Syria. Speaking of the monkeys in the Middle East, they are suggesting that cannabis has become a key source of financing for a number of groups in Syria.
Oh, wow.
The Syrian
They
Rolling
just
Stones,
figured it out.
the Syrian Beatles.
It's used largely to buy weapons.
Oh,
That's what they
just
said.
like everything else is in Syria, I suppose.
Really? I'd
Just
like.
like everything else. I mean, eggs
Yeah.
are used to buy weapons in Syria.
Yeah, Syria, I don't think things are going
Sell
so
more
well
eggs,
there
we gotta
either.
buy some guns.
Aren't they under the guns of Israel as well?
What's that?
Haven't they been under the guns of Israel as well? Israel's
of everyone.
Yeah, they're not very friendly
They
with
can't
the
wait to go
American
into
powers in
Syria
the
and
neighborhood.
start smashing them next, right?
Yeah.
But you would think that
They've been
marijuana
bombed a
would
few
be now
times.
considered a good thing if you can use it to buy weapons.
Well, it's
Because
a good
people
thing
want to
among
sell
Syria-
weapons. Like,
Syrians.
what about the guys who sell weapons? Aren't they supposed to be able to sell weapons?
Well, it appears that they
Well, that's
smoke
true.
weed.
And maybe they do.
According to the United States government, selling weapons is A-OK. Isn't
Well,
it?
only if you're the United States government.
Right. If you're John Kerry, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how many joints I've traded for guns.
0.
Oh, dude, give me a piece of hash and fucking AK-47, would you? Nice.
Yeah.
Always, like the connection is right there.
I mean, I've often found
Well,
myself
give Stephen
jonesing-
Harper a few more years in
Jonesing.
power.
Jonesing for a
a
hoot.
Saturday night
Yeah,
special.
just jonesing for a hoot, and all I have is just a big surplus of guns.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, I'll trade you some AK for some AK.
Yeah. Dude, you got any weed? You go, no, I'm gun rich. No,
I'm
weed
just gun
poor.
rich. I'm gun rich, ammo poor, man.
Let's go to Syria.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to be anywhere around there right now.
Now, the farmers, when they talk to the farmers, they go, we got nothing else to grow.
Yeah.
We used to
War,
grow.
what war?
They said we used to grow olives, but there's no money in that anymore. Because there's probably fucking sanctions
Well,
on Syria.
Yeah.
Olives don't grow in the time of war.
Well, and that's
All
what
they
it
can grow
is.
is weed, man.
So they've all turned to growing cannabis, making hashish.
It's hard for me to blame the people in any kind of place under occupation or under the threat of war from a larger, sort of more empowered nation that's blowing the shit out of everybody. You know, it's kind of when they try and blame the people in that area for doing whatever it is they're doing. I start thinking, well, you know, it's easy to fucking blame them, but is it easy to be those people?
No,
You know,
we're not. So we have no idea.
no.
I
And then
know,
they call
I
them
know.
terrorists and say, "Oh, look, they're using each other as human shields while the bombs are falling on them from us." So yeah, it's kind of like
I'm using my
If
skin.
we were doing this in another country, some countries would consider us terrorists
yeah,
just for speaking out and doing free thinking broadcasts.
yeah. Those same countries that are dropping the bombs probably too.
I'm sure.
I'm
Yeah.
using my own skin as a human shield.
Yeah, me too.
Really? Good, what are the officials in fucking Gaza walking around holding people up in front of them? Eh? They got a guy
Yeah,
on
holding
their
it out of
back
the
and
sky.
holding another guy in front of them.
Yeah. How do you use human shields against bombs from the sky? Like, how does that work exactly? Isn't
No.
your house the human shield? The shield, like your whole entire house is gone. So
that's
where's
why
the
we're
human
not,
shielding come in there?
We're not supporting ceasefiring up more weed. Too hip for the room.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on in the
I
chat.
actually didn't hear it. I was just nodding.
Speaking of too hip.
Yeah.
The whole time I heard none of that.
Wow, there's Molluscus back in the chat.
Mollusk.
Good.
Yeah. 420. MKU Kush. Who else is there? Bazios. Huh. That's a new name. The Green Supreme Sabbath fan was he must be in the other room. He was
Where's
here
Sabbath
visiting.
Yeah, I saw Sabbath fan last night.
Really cool.
He said he was
To,
going to play drums last night, but he didn't.
Huh.
It was a very lackluster jam yesterday.
It was. I left early.
Yeah, I wanted to leave early too.
I left early.
It lacked luster.
Leave early.
Partway
yeah, it
through,
was.
I wanted to just have stayed home. I'm not joking.
They
Shouldn't have been a game.
we're gonna have to work on it too, a little bit. A lot of repeat attendees to the jam.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of repeat songs. You go, wow, come on. Everybody played all those songs last week. Let's move on to a new song. But it's not up to me. I don't care. I would never suggest anything, but we've had quite a flow of musicians over the years. Tons of musicians have come here, and
there's musicians walking in right now.
there's a guy with a guitar right there.
You could probably see him if you switch cams.
Could be a weapon, or
Oh.
cannabis. Could be marijuana in there.
Is that a guitar, a bong, or a gun? It's a guitar.
That's a guitar, yeah.
There's no terrorist.
Hasn't been
here.
traded for weapons yet. We're not in Syria yet.
You want to do that?
No, not that marijuana. I came from Syria. I don't support that shit.
How's that Syrian Kush?
Get serious.
It's serious.
Yeah, Syria Kush.
Syrian
Oh, yeah.
Kush.
Oh, yeah.
That's the place now for me.
Mm-hmm.
The future, I can see it now. Marijuana will be legalized. There'll be fucking guns everywhere. Everyone.
Oh, that's the real
Oh, yeah.
problem. That's what it is.
Oh no, it'll be a good thing.
Yeah.
There'll be so many weapons and so much marijuana. Right?
One leads directly to the other. Gateway's the marijuana drug to guns.
Here's the first thing about Washington State that anybody said that makes sense. They said, you're not going to make any money because you're taxing this shit too much. It's kind of what they said. Reuters say high taxes may slow marijuana revenue in Washington state. Huh. Idiots. They got like a 25% tax on the whole thing. The most expensive weed in the world now. Like, what the fuck are they thinking about? You had all this time to think about it. Yeah, it even had 6-7 months while Colorado put their shit together and showed you how it worked. And yet, this is what they came up with. So, they're going to be revamping everything all day long down there for sure. So, people are crying that they're not going to get their money that they thought, so they'll have to fix it. So look for cheaper weed in Washington. They're still just whipping weed over the border here at us. Every time I go down to Surrey, you get hit with fucking gram of weed being whipped over the border. Hey? We're awash in marijuana from Washington. Hey?
Yep.
Like,
A wash.
yeah, where I'm gonna write to Stephen Harper and complain.
Hey, bro, there's too much weed on the streets, man.
Yeah, all this weed flowing up from Washington State because they can't sell it because they've overtaxed it. This is all the legal producers that want to sell weed now. We could just make up stories and put it out there.
Yeah, the rumor mill.
Yeah, the rumor mill.
That's essentially what they're doing anyway.
Yeah, you hear it on the rumor mill. Just like,
This is what I heard about marijuana.
I don't know. What was the last one you heard on the rumor mill, Jer?
Oh, there's so many.
There's so many.
How about
David Hasselhoff.
Somebody's the Bill Gates
put
of
Ferris
weed.
wheels on his car.
yeah?
Well, here's one.
David. Old
Does
Hasselhoff.
marijuana help you exercise? Story.
Yes, it does.
Story that I came across.
If I don't smoke weed, I have way less stamina
Yeah, after your
when
last-
I'm working
you
out.
explained your workout. It was
Yeah.
insane.
Now, naturally, stoners forever have been accused of being pretty sedentary, if you will. Couch lock, fucking can't move, don't do nothing all the day long. That's what a stoner is, according to the naysayers. But,
Those naysayers.
yeah,
They love saying nay.
they
Like the horse
do.
fans.
Nay.
Yeah, they're all fucking waterproof, the bunch of them. Now, somebody wrote an article about it and says that getting high seems to put them in a zone that they can't get into when they aren't high.
It's true.
And they feel more focused and more in touch with their bodies.
True again.
Gee, wow.
I would have known.
True again.
One of those things that some people
I
have
know.
known about for thousands of years, probably.
Said that marijuana didn't necessarily motivate him to work out, but once at the gym, it helps him get a better workout.
We're
I
back.
never left on this screen.
Wheeze is back.
We crashed. Not live stream or anything, but
Just
the
us.
three of us
Yeah, we
crashed.
just had a little
so
nap.
you know the
Guys, I
you
feel
know the
eliminated
human
now.
body.
Yeah.
But it got me to thinking about this storage of fat and how it does perfectly make sense. Now, exercising involves the endocannabinoid system as well. You get high from exercising because of your endocannabinoid system, not from fucking the smell of sweat and stuff. So it makes sense to me when I read this that the stored THC in your fat is now made available for you to use in your exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Ha.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
So, if you smoke a lot of weed, you're slightly overweight, and if you're running low on weed, just hit the treadmill and you'll cop a buzz.
There you go. You need to get high? Get running. Get a bike.
There's some free ounces worth of buzzes there.
So
Yeah, for-
once they figure this out, like marijuana is going to change the fucking planet.
Already has.
Let me be the first one to say it.
Into a different planet?
Amazing, David.
Yeah, we're going to
Or will
change
it just
into
be
a
something
different
else?
That's for a
planet.
living.
Do you know the 3 things that make this planet what it is?
Pizza, weed,
Pizza.
and air.
Totally.
And hair.
I second that.
Pizza, weed, and hair.
Anybody in the
Pizza,
chat
weed,
know?
and air, I think, are the 3.
Which these things make... Why all of those things would make planet Earth unique in our galaxy or solar system. But the 3 things turn out to be water,
Oh,
the sun, and gravity.
I don't know about that because there's water on other planets.
No, there isn't.
Yes, there is.
No way,
That's
Al.
absurd.
Been there, done that.
That's absurd.
Huh?
They found ice crystals on Mars.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No.
Hey,
Nobody went to Mars.
It was in Larry's backyard on Mars. They found ice crystals.
Yeah.
Can't tell me that.
Heard it on the rumor mill. Aliens stole my weed.
Yeah, that's. I heard that on the rumor mill too. I was like, "What the hell? Jared got robbed by aliens?" And I
From-
also heard that his pants
from
and
the-
cell phone were stolen at Redbeard's by a bear.
A bear got, yes,
That's
that's
right.
true, yeah.
That was on the rumor mill as well.
Yes.
Lost
Circulated.
all my crystals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bear got into the acid and just started going crazy, so, yeah. We
So
were trying to, he was cool at first, but
Here's another stupid thing from
Go figure.
Washington.
The bear stole my glasses.
In Washington, the police are saying that a contact high is not an excuse for a DUI.
That's just the first 2 lines of the new hip hop release.
A contact high, not excuse for a DUI.
I'm Sergeant Puckett, and I'm here to say.
Well, that's an interesting thing. They don't ever once, when they talk to the Spokane County Sheriff's deputy, that the most recent excuse happened when an 18-year-old was speeding in a 35 miles per hour zone. Speeding. Authorities said deputies noticed an overwhelming smell of marijuana coming from his vehicle when they stopped him. The man said he did not smoke anything, but received a contact high from being around his friends who were smoking marijuana. But they are saying they don't care.
Nah, they're saying they don't believe him. They're like, yeah, right,
Yeah.
man. You should be going slow. If you're really stoned.
If you're impaired and you're out driving, we don't care how you got that way, said the kid's friends. No.
Said the kid's friends.
But they're giving out. That's weird. They didn't prove impairment whatsoever. In fact, whoever wrote this thing didn't spell impaired correctly. Oh shit! Impaired. Oh God! Even the internet's stupid.
no, not the internet.
No, and in this article I was reading about being impaired while stoned, they've spelled impaired wrong. All right,
Well, obviously the author was impaired.
I'm sorry to have wasted your time on that story.
Yeah, there is some misspellings. Sorry for all the misspellings in this story.
Colorado's got so much fucking money pouring in from weed. It was kind of like when we were selling seeds. It's just tons and tons of dope. People lined up to give you cash, and it's just pouring in. The state of Colorado has formed a new board to spend marijuana research money. So they're going to dump millions of dollars into marijuana research in the next 5 years through a grant program that would see studies between 1 and 3 years long. Huh? So, I don't know, they signed some bill that said research is needed on the therapeutic effects of marijuana and its component parts that could benefit thousands of Coloradans who suffer from additional debilitating medical conditions that do not respond to conventional treatments. Huh. Kind of doing what we've asked them to do all these years, finally. So
Well, it's
yeah,
about time, really.
no, as soon as like they got 9 million they're going to put into it. So they're pretty goofy and stupid already, though. They've shown us that. Somebody in Colorado should say, hey, wait a second before you guys do anything with the money. But that's going to help. Because once it gets out there in real science, they're actually going to find out all the things that we do know about it and or believe from our point of view already, and much, much more. And none of it will be bad. They just won't find anything bad. Nice. So that's going to come out of it. All the legalizing, it's out of the bag. Now here's you remember Dodge City, the wild, wild west. Well, Dodge City ain't so wild anymore. They're whining about a district court judge candidate who paid a fine to settle a misdemeanor marijuana possession charge filed against him in Michigan 9 years ago. This is how fucking wild and tough Dodge City's become.
We're just updating you on that story of the guy that got caught with the 3 grams 9 years ago.
No way. Oh, it was way worse than that. It was 5 grams.
5 grams. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Now, this attorney who's running, he's a candidate to become a district court judge, says that he flew to Michigan to settle the case on Monday. He is a Republican seeking the Dishel district seat. Says the possession charge was dismissed and that he had paid a fine for a misdemeanor charge of disorderly person and jostling.
Oh,
He
jostling.
Was, he
yeah,
was
that's
charged
a big
with
one.
jostling.
You can't jostle. Jostle's more
And
illegal. Like jostling is more illegal than the weed.
That they had dismissed the marijuana possession charge.
I would see. That's what I'm saying. Because jostling. he
First
was
degree jostling.
Yeah, you can't do that shit.
But then he told the newspaper that he was not.
jostling.
He said he was not the person who was stopped in 2005 in Michigan. That, like, he just out and out fucking denies that it was even him now. No, it wasn't me. He said he was unaware of the case until last week. But he said that he knew about the case, that it had been dismissed, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, don't fucking make him a judge. Not because of the marijuana, because he's a fucking liar. He's not even an honest guy, let alone being able to judge whether I am. See what happens with marijuana now? So, in the state of Maine, they have got enough signatures together to put it on the ballot in November to legalize marijuana for recreational.
Nice. Oregon's going at it too, eh?
Yeah, Oregon and Alaska and Maine. No, it's going to happen everywhere eventually. So that's good news. They only had to get 1,500 signatures compared to the 15 million that Dana Larson had to get for
Sensible BC.
Sensible BC. Yeah.
Crazy.
It's wonderful that the people have the right in the states to be able to do that, and they are exercising that right. We're going to try to do the same here the next federal election that we have, with trying to get Justin Trudeau in power, because he said that he'll legalize marijuana, and we think that's a good thing. No one else has said that ever, in Canada. So we're going to go with that, see what happens. And so exciting times ahead when it comes to that. Now I know people out there go, oh, fucking politicians, they're going to lie and change. And you go, well, what other choice do we have? What other chance do we have? What if he doesn't? And then what are you going to do when you didn't vote and
It's
whatever?
always been
You're
interesting
still going
to
to
me
get it.
that the conservatives have red, white, and blue as their colors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. He's got a fucking U.S. coffee mug on his desk when Jody
Yeah.
occupied
Yeah.
his office.
Yeah, they have like
Oh, no. It's all fucking
it's almost like
Lockheed
this
Martin
rocker.
and
It's a rocker
Halliburton.
that says support Bush.
Yeah. You have to get down on your knees to drink out of the cup. That's what which he
Kiss
does
the
every
rings.
day.
I heard on the rumor mill it was full of blood.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the mill.
definitely.
the
Oh,
mill.
then the mill. We like to call it the RM. Yeah, what else is going on? Everyone's stoned.
Stone.
Mm.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Joint after joint after joint.
Now,
I'm
when-
almost there.
Like I'm there.
when I'm out there looking at stories on the internet and you happen to scroll down too far or look off to the right too far, you're going to see all these other stories that they have pasted by the fucking billions for you to read. And one of them, it was a, you know, I don't know, you advance a little pictures, I don't know what it's called, but it was the 10 warning signs of alcoholism. Right? And right beside that, in the next box, was 12 delicious drinks to celebrate a successful day.
Yes. And,
Well, you
and you have to
need to
drink
get
them.
two more
You have
than
to drink
one
them all on the same day too.
You
If
get
you've
2 more
met-
drinks than warning signs in that box.
If you've met all the warning sign criteria, you get to proceed to have the 12 drinks.
Now, I never
In
click on those.
celebration of completing the first one.
I never click on those boxes, but
Well, because you would have learned that you're an alcoholic. And then having 12 drinks would be completely
Yeah.
acceptable.
That
'cause
would-
like,
Let's
that person's
celebrate.
an alcoholic.
I discovered
What do
I
you
was an
expect?
alcoholic.
You're gonna
This
have
was a
12
successful day for me.
That's an achievement.
I'm going to have 12 drinks. Well, I clicked on one of those boxes.
No.
We got one lighter amongst this whole crew here. Oh, no, I also got us on.
Ah, there's another.
There was a box that I saw on the side of the page that said, "Girl wakes up at her own funeral."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist, so I clicked on it. It took me to a story that said, "Girl does not wake up at her own funeral."
Yeah, that was put out by the Schizophrenic Press.
Like that's what it was. It was just the opposite of the first headline. They got me to the page, and then the very first thing they said, "Nope, that
No,
didn't
she
happen."
Oh, wait a minute. No, she did. Wait. No, she didn't.
You go, "Wow, this
No,
is
that was.
good."
I think that was the disassociated press. Al.
Disassociate. Oh, yeah, I got that wrong. Sorry.
So I don't
Disassociated.
know. I was a little disappointed because like that was the first box, one of those boxes I think I've ever clicked on. So my experience has not been good. Drifting away from what I actually am reading on that page. Don't go off to the side because they're just fucking lying. They're doing anything to get you to click on that page. The internet is going berserk as far as I can see.
Yeah.
They are fucking going crazy trying to advertise to you and figure out how they can wrench money out of you somehow.
It really is.
Like you can feel this surge in it, and I don't know, I do. I really see that they're fucking going nuts here. Every page you go to, there's pop-ups. You gotta fucking get out of there to.
Oh yeah.
They want you to sign up, do this, do that before you can look at their shit, and more and more and more of it.
Overrun.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's also this sensationalism push where there's all these fake news stories all the time now that are just complete bullshit. They're click grabbers. They're trying to get people to click through, like you said, with these headlines that are completely ludicrous, have nothing to do with anything. They're just like the most outrageous stuff. So people are like, "Oh, what?" And then they share it around, not knowing it's completely
it's a tricky
fraudulent
medium,
story.
this internet. It
there's a lot of that.
It gives one the opportunity to see how many people are involved out there. One might see how many people could graze by my page or whatever, but we still don't know necessarily how to translate that into cash.
Yes, exactly. It's
Right.
true. Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, even it's Cannabis Culture, that's something that we've dealt with for a long time. How do you turn that really into advertising? Like, advertising doesn't really make a heck of a lot of money online. So, we have a lot of followers, but how do you monetize that?
You gotta advertise porn.
I guess so.
Cash.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, but we like to keep it clean.
That's just, I'm just saying.
All right.
Keep the advertising cheap for
That's
the
what,
people who want it to.
That's where the dividends are.
well,
That's what's
we
paying
should
out
get
right
out of here. Kush Queen's got to go sit on her throne.
That sounds kind of bad.
So,
I own it.
yeah. So lovely to have her with us today. We could probably stay on live and talk about her after she leaves. No.
Only good
We would only be good things. But we're not going to do that. No. No. She is our inspiration, so when she leaves, that's it, got nothing. But, yeah, thank you, Your Majesty.
Thanks for having me. Ciao.
Yeah, thanks to Jer and Mel Hempseed for just texting over there all day.
That's right.
For texting
No,
each
that's
other.
not,
That's right. We were just texting each other the whole
not
show.
true.
Yeah.
Mel
It's easier than
drew a
talking.
picture, for God. Did you draw a picture?
I was working on my face chart for school.
Show it off.
Oh,
Tell them what you're going to do.
better than anything Marius ever drew.
I am going to be doing a prosthetics project shortly, and I'm going to be doing an Egyptian goddess that is half cat face, half goddess face. So yeah, that is my starting sketch of
Cool.
what it
Wow.
will be.
Oh, I like the little Egyptian eye thing
Wow.
going on too. The Eye of Horus you have there.
That's pretty handy that we used to have a feature where Marius would draw a picture every show.
Mm-hmm.
And now
So it's
here
that-
you've
that's
just
very,
done it so naturally.
That's right. And wait, didn't somebody draw something on the last show too?
Maybe
and it wasn't
whoever
Marius.
sits there draws something.
That's right.
So
It was
Marius
just
is-
spontaneous.
Marius is slacking.
Get
Yeah.
Bob
Did
Hyde
I
to
hear
come
an
in and
ice
sit there
cream
one
truck?
time.
I think it is an ice cream truck, yeah, but it's
Getting
raining
excited for a
outside.
second, I'm like,
Oh, ice cream truck, we gotta go. Okay.
Ice cream truck in the rain.
Gotta go.
Yeah.
Greg.
Yeah, we gotta go ice cream truck. I
And
heard
yesterday
Al,
was
I
so
heard.
nice. You know, Al and I did a show yesterday out on the beach.
From the
actually.
beach.
It was pretty,
Class in
pretty
session from
epic.
the
Class in
sand.
session.
Class
Yeah.
in session.
Barefoot and blazing.
Barefoot and blazing. It should be the episode should be
One
up
of
on
the
our YouTube, the
grittiest,
Pod TV one today.
grittiest shows in this series, I thought.
I thought
Eh?
it was a good one.
Had a lot of grit.
It did. Yeah.
Waves of
Waves of,
inspiration.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
As
The
high
odd-
as you
the
can
odd
get on the
splash
net.
of enjoyment.
yeah, bikini of fun.
As high
I
as you
would
can get on
say.
the beach, and as much sand as you can get in your crevice on the net.
Okay.
gross.
Ouch.
There's sandy
Well.
balls out.
I was sitting on a blanket.
What do we got? We
There
got
was
people
sand
that were in
everywhere.
the chat.
Were you guys naked?
No, there were some nudies though around. There's some topless ladies around.
Just to this,
Yeah.
just to the yonder.
It's
of
Third
us.
Beach, so people peel their clothes off. There's less of the little kids running around there. Although there were a few
Marius
kids.
There were
was
some of
in
those
the
too,
chat.
and the parents weren't scared of us.
No, they weren't.
Very accepting and
I did get some dirty looks for my T-shirt though.
yes.
Was it the drugs?
I was wearing my drugs T-shirt. It says the word drugs across it. It's a bright white T-shirt with black across the front, drugs written in the Disney font. And for some
Very
reason,
funny.
parents on the beach give me dirty
They don't
looks
like
when I
that
wear
shit,
that.
man. They were like,
Yeah, I get a lot of very big smiles, happy looks. Everybody, even people mouth the word drugs as I walk by a lot and stuff. But yeah, the parents of the little kids, they kind of give me that like, that's our cherished cartoons. You're sullying there.
You don't fuck with Disney.
No, and on the beach, I think they think that I'm just advertising that I'm selling drugs. I have a big case with me, my backpack, all this stuff. So they're like,
Maybe I should get a T-shirt and follow you down the beach that says, "You parents are stupid."
yeah, that'd be funny.
Parents are stupid. How about that? That's what happens to them, though.
response.
People have kids and then they revert to the age of the child. Yeah. Right. And then they walk around just fucking stupid now, controlled totally by what are perceived to be the needs of their child. Well, the parent is supposed to provide the needs of their child, not me. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Quit worrying about your kids, for Christ's sakes. Like,
They'll be
really?
fine.
Are
The kids
kids
will be
being
okay.
abducted left, right, and center? No.
No.
By no one except fucking relatives. You gotta watch out for your relatives, not the guy across the street.
Yeah.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
but you can't blame these people because the news and the newspapers and stuff make everybody all scared and think that this stuff is happening all the time when really it's not. And the crime rate goes down every year and has for 45 years.
I wonder how many kids.
That's a good point.
How many kids in North America have the anxiety that one of their parents from a divorced couple is going to just keep them,
Yeah.
take them away for the, you know what I mean? I wonder how many kids suffer from that anxiety.
I don't know.
Because of all this bullshit reporting that.
Even if it does happen,
Probably
some
a
of the
lot.
best TV shows, none of the kids had both parents. They had a blast because they didn't have a mom. You're going, wow, Flipper, those boys didn't have a mom.
Yeah.
None of them did.
Yeah, Punky Brewster looked pretty happy to me.
So on
Brewster.
that thought, parents are stupid. We're going to leave you now. Pretty stoned, I got to say. And I think that was why we did this in the first place. So I hope that you all smoked along with us, had something good to smoke. And appreciate Al being here as always.
Thanks for having me.
And all of you guys in the chat too, however that went for you today. Someday when they have perfected 3D printers, we'll be able to print out the chat
Oh my
as
god.
the show goes on
That would be so
in
cool.
3 dimension.
in three
Yeah.
dimensions.
3 dimensions. We could,
So-
and then you can just go and kick them over, basically, like kick the words over.
So think that.
If we
think
don't like a
about that.
comment, we could just go and just kick the comment.
Yeah.
And it would fragment.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool.
Print some buds, says
So.
Mollusk.
Coming this fall.
3D printer.
All right, well, have a good week, and do tune in on Friday for Marius' show at 2 o'clock. And
Yep.
Jer's show's on at 4 o'clock, live. Liver than you'll ever be.
Liver than you'll ever be. Yes, that's right.
I think that's an
it's going to be a
album.
good show this week, actually.
And if it's sunny, my show's on the beach.
Yeah, it's supposed to get really ripping hot and sunny this weekend, so
Nice.
off into next week, too. Yeah, Tuesday.
And on Saturday, remember to
million.
watch the Redbeard show.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's doing that
blowing
on
glass.
Saturdays? What time
Saturdays
is that?
at 4 p.m.
4
PT.
p.m.
I
For
got
Pacific
some,
Standard
I
Time.
got some Baphomet head bong sketches for you, Redbeard.
Redbeard rocks it. He put together that awesome glass gathering, and he's done a bunch of cool stuff. Last week on the show, he called the episode Basket Case, and he was showing people how to make a glass basket, that
that's
design
cool.
with the sort of weaving. It's pretty dope. Yeah, he walks you through how to do this stuff, so if you're an aspiring glass blower,
Yeah, it's a good thing.
it's
I
cool
like
on that
Redbeard,
level,
man.
too.
Fun for the whole family.
That's right.
All right, we're out of here. My Marijuana Man. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. And pot.